A couple of things, follow-up things here. One is you talked about passing the tradition, the teachings, all the ceremonies and practices down exactly the way you have received them. I think that's a very, very important point in our culture today, because many people in shamanic traditions are taught to take whatever they find, whatever they are being taught, and change them whichever way they feel they want to change them, whichever way they feel comfortable with. This is different. This is a very important distinction. This tradition is not about taking what you learn and make whatever you want out of it. Do you want to speak to that?
That's really a popular concept right now in a lot of the shamanic traditions out there. The one that is most well known, has been around probably the longest, is the Harner tradition. And he's very clear and very specific, has been for years, about learn what he's teaching, and then take it and make it your own, change it in whatever way you want, ceremonialize it in whatever way you want, mix it with other things, and other traditions, in any fashion you feel like you want to do. And that's his thing. In the Whitaker's tradition, the exactness of what it is, how it's put out there, how it's taught, how you go about working with the different processes, it's extremely important to follow exactly, not change anything. It has come down to us with this exactness for so very, very long, because in all of those details is some very important things. There's lots of very important pieces of information and understanding and ways of focusing your attention. One of the important factors in the Katasi tradition is that things have not been changed and altered. That has been their dictate for centuries and centuries and centuries, that they keep all of the information and all of the process ceremonies, all of the initiations, absolutely intact, exactly how it was given to them. And that is part of their belief in the tradition that they have that has been passed down for, they say, at least 30,000, 50,000 years from the Lemurian continent, and probably way beyond that before. It's been passed down exactly. And it was very, very important in the last 10,000 years to keep this information together and clean and accurate, exactly as it had been coming through history. Because they knew that this time would be here, our day, our era, our time. And this is the time that it needs to get passed back out into the world. It used to be completely common knowledge and information in the culture 30,000, 50,000 years ago. In the Whitaker's tribe, the information is not restricted. Many of the things that are taught in the first level class are the things that are given to these people at puberty. The song information and ceremony is given at the youngest age possible. They're still toddlers. One of the things that we're learning about when we talk about learning your song and identifying with your song and unplugging all your masks, it's all about attention. Your attention, your awareness, your focus, your intent. When the masks are in your driver's seat, you've totally lost control over all of your attention and your focus, your awareness, your intent. And the masks are running the show. They're deciding everything. It's very easy to take a piece of information, a set of instructions that you have, and have the masks rearrange it so that it no longer actually works. You may think it does. You may think you're going on a journey, say, and having these different experiences, but your masks can take control of all of it, pretending to be real, pretending to be song, pretending to be other spirits out there that you are making contact with, having experience with, and the whole while, if you can't tell the difference, your masks are making up everything, and they make it up so that what happens, what you end up thinking, believing, feeling, experiencing, has everything to do with keeping you asleep and keeping the masks in the driver's seat, not having you wake up and be free of the masks and free of their influence. So that's why the Whitakers are so adamant about keeping everything exact. This is the only tradition that I know of that really makes an attempt to find your true self. Find out who you really are and what you really are and what that's all about in extreme detail and experience so that you gain knowingness of it. I don't know of any other tradition that really has processes that allow you to unplug all of that programming, all the masks, all the blind beliefs, all those negative, dysfunctional, emotional responses, old stash pots. Most traditions talk about a belief that you cannot get rid of them. You can't unplug them. You just have to learn to work with them or set them aside a little bit somehow. In that kind of an attitude and a process, approaching your spiritual studies with that kind of a belief system, you're giving your masks carte blanche. You're giving them a free credit card. They can do anything they want. They can make up any kind of lies. They can control your experiences in any way whatsoever, and you're never going to know the difference.
And they are.
And they do. They do. So many people who devotedly, lovingly, earnestly try following many, many different kinds of traditions, and they work really hard at it. They may have learned all kinds of interesting things, maybe helped themselves or healed certain things in themselves, but they're still asleep. The masks are still in their driver's seat. And that piece has not changed. In the Katasi tradition, the bottom line, the basic focus, the main drive of everything is to wake up and stay awake. To unplug all the masks, all the blind beliefs, all the old garbage, and really and truly let it go. Cut the cords. Let go of the rope. Let it go. And be free.